Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I am with you until around 5 o'clock this afternoon. 513-717-5464. That's 513-717-5464. 513-717, just King. Easy to remember it that way. 717 King, that's the number to get on board. Got a couple things that I want to talk about real quick. But y'all know how we normally do it. Just come on in, say hi. Tell me where you checking me out from. Like, Robert Willis from Lincoln Heights, Sean Nutter from Georgia, or Brandy Waddell from North Carolina, or whatever. If you're in Cincinnati, give me a neighborhood. If you're out of Cincinnati, you can just tell me city, state. Any of that'll be cool. Robert says, Robert from, if I can get it up there, Anderson Township, checking in with us. I did throw out these names. Sean Nutter, Brandy, what's up, Brandy? Tony, hey, thanks for checking me out, Tony. Joseph. Tony says, what's up? What's up, Tony? Lincoln Heights. Sean from Atlanta. Oh, that's right, Sean. I remember you say you was from Atlanta. Got Paul in here. Got Karen. Got Diane from Gulf Manor. Thank you, Diane. Thanking her for checking me out and for, I don't want to say following the rules. It's not a rule. It's just a request. For adhering to the request, I guess, would be the appropriate thing to say. I'm trying to get this behind me. Tria from Columbia Township. All right. Columbia Township in the house. Anthony, they coming in fast and furious. I'm skipping over them accidentally. Pamela, good afternoon. Checking in from North Avondale. All right, you just up the street in the rich area. Joseph says Springfield, Ohio, but he delivering oxygen tanks in Cincinnati and Kentucky. Just drop one off at the house. I don't know that I need one, but why would it hurt to have an oxygen tank? Just drop one off at the house. Sean say, why Lincoln Ware cut you off like that? Because he didn't want to answer my simple question. Nobody really wants to answer that question. It's not, a good thing. People don't want to answer those type of questions. Sierra says, greetings from Wakanda. All right. I don't know how do they greet each other in Wakanda? What's Wakandanese? Jessica Vaughn checking in from Dayton. I thought you were in the Carolinas or something like that. You've moved to Dayton, or you just visiting somebody? I'm all up in your business. You ain't got to tell me that. Mary from Queensgate. All right. Carolyn from East Walnut Hills. Angela want to know, you got room to take his boiler. Tony say, everybody want to see you in Lincoln Box. Nobody wants to see that. Trust me. Nobody wants to see that. Joseph, what's up? Jerica says she just visited. All right. James checking in from Forest Park. All right. With crossed arms across the chest, Wakanda forever. Okay, I'm not doing that, but so Wakanda gotta have their own language. Really, they just speak English in Wakanda? I feel like it was translated for the movie. You know what I'm saying? But they gotta speak Wakandanese or something. What does that sound like? Sabrina from North College Hill. All right. Sabrina out there in North College Hill. TC from Kentucky. From Kentucky. Kentucky, as I always say. Okay, I'll start with the Lincoln Ware show today. I was listening to Scotty Johnson, who I support, by the way. I don't want anybody thinking because I say certain things, I don't support these people. I support Scotty Johnson. I've known Scotty Johnson to be a good guy. I mean, even good guys stretch the truth here and there, which I think he might have stretched the truth just a little bit about that Chief Blackwell thing. He might have stretched the truth just a little bit about the impact that Blackwell was having on Black Cincinnati police employees. But I still support the brother. I think, he's an honorable dude. And, I like Scotty. I like Scotty. But Scotty was a police officer. And y'all all know there is something about, hold on, let me stop before I even start. Let me stop. Hold on. Before I do that, I need to do something here. I got the wrong thing scrolling. There we go. That's what should be scrolling because this is not the late night experiment. And for people just tuning in, they need to know who I am. All right. And what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Now, I'm not going to rehash it too much, but they're doing this traffic blitz. And in this traffic blitz, they're pulling over, stopping people from speeding. Because, okay, I want to be honest about stuff. But some stuff don't sound good when you say it. So I hesitate to say these things. Apparently, people have been getting hit by cars lately. Drivers been driving reckless, and pedestrians been walking reckless. I don't know, something like that. And so people have been getting hit. But not too long ago, up by the University of Cincinnati, a student got hit and died. Someone apparently had allegedly stolen a car and hit this, I believe it was a young black girl, hit her and she lost her life. Terrible and tragic. Well, that drew a lot of attention because, the University of Cincinnati is really important. The University of Cincinnati, those students, they're really important to the city of Cincinnati. And I understand it. And so after that, they posted, now if you drive up Vine Street, I'm not sure about on the other side, but if you drive up or down Vine Street, during morning rush or afternoon, evening rush hour, you will see police cars. You see police cars. And every once in a while, I'll see a Cincinnati police car posted up there, lights on, just to remind people to slow down. I haven't seen them pull anybody over, but they'll be there just to remind people to slow down. We're out here. We looking. We get your ass if you keep speeding. And I'm not against that. Now, I have a little bit of a gripe, and it's just a little bit, because I wonder if that young lady had not been attending the University of Cincinnati and was hit and killed, would we be seeing all of these measures where they're worried about pedestrians and traffic? But that's just an aside. It's just a thing that I wonder, and I'm sure only me. So, all right, back to Scotty. Scotty's a good dude. And what they're doing is, they're doing this traffic blitz around the city. And I was saying I like Scotty, and I do. But Scotty's a police officer, all right? Or a former police officer. And here's one thing that I believe wholeheartedly with every fiber of my being. When you're a police officer, they brainwash you. And some of these police officers are more susceptible to brainwashing than others. Just like, in any other walk of life, but I'm sure it's the same thing in the military. Some military people are more susceptible to being brainwashed than others. Some fraternity people and sorority people, they're more susceptible to being brainwashed than others. Anytime you get into a group and, they begin to indoctrinate you, some people, it takes more than others, right? But I believe what they attempt to do when you go and you become a police officer, they want you to believe this is your family now. This is your number one priority now. You got to take up for police. You got to defend police physically, on the street, but in principle, the whole no snitching. Police don't tell on police. Police don't write police tickets. Police don't turn in police. Police don't, all of that stuff. They teach you that. Police are right. Even when police are wrong, police are right. And you can disagree with the police here in the district. You can say what you want to an officer here in the district. Internally, we can have our beefs. But when we go, we got to present a united front. What goes on in the district stays in the district. But when you go out there, we are one. And like I said, some of them take that more to heart than others. I don't believe Scotty was a police zombie. Just not thinking, I'm an officer. Officer, and just you can't even think. Just thinks blue. If a thought bubble came up, it would just be blue. So what does that mean? He's a police. It's blue. I don't think Scotty was that. But some of them are. And I believe all of them are to a degree. What degree? Not sure. So I'm hearing Scotty, and he's talking about safety and the police and the blitz and all that kind of stuff. And he says they done pulled over, 300 some odd people, but they've only given out 100 some odd tickets. So everybody's not getting a ticket. Everybody's not getting a ticket. And yay. Everybody, they're educating people. Hey, great. I want to see the breakdown. Yes, along racial lines. I mean, I'm interested in, the breakdown along gender lines as well. I wish they could break it down along the lines of, women who are supposed to be attractive. If they got large breasts. You know what I'm saying? I wish they could break it down like that. I would just be interested to see that. But putting that aside, for a racial breakdown, I would be interested to see how many people are getting educated and warned, and how many people are getting tickets. And is there some correlation to their race? Now, look, for all I know, they could be educating all of the black people. Now, you ain't had no business speeding up through here. And all the black people my bad. And they're like, all right, go and speed no more. For all I know, that could be the case. But I'm interested to see the breakdown. I don't believe that to be the case, but that's just a belief based on nothing. Well, history. History and nothing. Okay? History, common sense, and nothing. How about that? History, common sense, and nothing else. I could be wrong. For all he always think he right. I know somebody out there saying it right now. He always think he right. He think he know everything. He just hate the police. No, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I want to see. And at the same time, the question I was trying to get through, and I wanted Lincoln Ware to answer, I really did. I told y'all the story about me following the law enforcement official. I told him. I told y'all. I told Lincoln. Ain't that something that should be addressed? Ain't that something that should be addressed? Police driving recklessly through the black community. If you going 60 miles an hour in a 25, all right, and I'm just rounding 60, it was probably higher. But I know he was going 60. Because, again, I was going 52. Now, man, you better stop saying that. They're going to get you. They're going to get you. You're telling on yourself. I'm not worried. I was going 52, and at 52, he was pulling away. You know what I'm saying? Like we was at the start line of a race, and I was slow on the gas. He was gone. So I know he was going 60 in a 25. I know it, but he was probably going 70. And when Scotty called in, Scotty said, Lincoln, they got some people going 70 in a 35. And Lincoln, what? Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. Okay, 70 and 35 is bad. You double the speed limit. That is bad. So then how much worse is, let's on the low side, how much worse is 60 in a 25? Is nobody going to address that? He was not on, he wasn't going to emergency. He wasn't. I know he wasn't. Again, I know this based on history, common sense, and what I saw. This is what I know. If he's going to an emergency and he didn't want to put on the lights, all right, he might be going 60. But then he wouldn't slow down when he catches up to traffic and then just flow with the regular traffic. He would go around because I got an emergency to get to, y'all. Bloop, bloop. Y'all know how they do that. And you move over to the side and boom, they go through. I've seen it, I don't know how many times. Oh, he in a hurry to get somewhere. I always assume the best. I don't assume, oh man, he got to hurry up before Wendy's run out of that strawberry frosty. I don't think that. They be running out of the strawberry frosty. I don't know why. Get extra strawberry juice or whatever it is y'all use to make the frosty. Extra strawberry juice so you don't keep running out. Every time I go to Wendy's, can I get a strawberry frosty? Oh, we're out of strawberry frosties. That was all I wanted. All right, thank you. So I don't judge that they're on their way, to get a strawberry frosty before they run out. There was some officer there. Oh yeah, the Wendy's on Winton Road is almost out of strawberry frosty. They gave me a heads up. Better get over here. I don't assume that. I assume when they do that, there's an emergency they got to get to. But I'm in a hurry. Oh, traffic. Okay, I guess whatever emergency I was rushing off to will just handle itself because of traffic. No, he slowed down for traffic. That says to me, and most reasonable people, it wasn't no emergency he was getting to. He was just driving fast. He was just driving fast. And with that being the case, it's a rhetorical question, I guess, because, it wasn't rhetorical to Lincoln. I really wanted to know Lincoln's thoughts on it. Does he believe that there should be some attention paid to law enforcement breaking the law, driving recklessly at night in the rain, going more than double the speed limit in the black community, weaving in and out of traffic until he got up to traffic that he couldn't weave in and out of? I think that's a legit question to ask. So, but of course, he didn't want to answer it. He wanted to harp on, give me an emergency. Wasn't no emergency. I'll be honest, I don't know what, y'all, from time to time, y'all hear me. And y'all hear me talk about law enforcement and all of that kind of stuff. And even, on the King and I podcast that we had, I'm talking about law enforcement and the way they do. sometimes every member of law enforcement, they're not the most honorable. They don't adhere to that oath. They don't care about it. And sometimes they go into business for themselves. It's a wrestling term. I mean, people use it outside of wrestling, but it's a wrestling term. Sometimes they go into business for themselves. I don't know what causes some people to believe that all law enforcement is honorable. Like all of the stuff that we see, law enforcement do. There are people who will not entertain the idea that there are some bad apples. They like to talk about it. Oh, it's only some bad apples. Well, when certain things come up, why can't you think about the fact that that might be one of them bad apples acting up? But people automatically jump to that. Look, if you tell me some black people did some bad stuff, I love black people. I love black people. And I try to defend black people as much as I can. Because a lot of times black people get a bad rap. But if you say, this black person did this, I saw it with my own eyes. Okay, I get it. I can't necessarily take your word for it. But I accept that what you're saying just might be true. And we can talk about it, because I'm gonna, for the sake of argument, accept whatever you say you saw. Because I'm a reasonable person. But you said you saw some black people, I don't know, shooting at each other, running down the street. How foolish would I sound if I'm like, well, maybe it was an invisible person that they was really shooting at? What? No, they was shooting at each other, running down the street. I saw them with my own eyes. You don't know what they was shooting at. They could have been No. No one does that for black people that I know of. Come up with every excuse in the world to not even entertain the idea that black people might be doing something wrong. Nobody does that. If anything, it's just the opposite when it comes to black people. David said, whose voice is that? That's my voice when I'm defending black people. That's how I'm going to defend black people from now on. That's my voice. And nobody does that. Man, I saw him selling drugs on the street. And you know, they was illegal. He could have had a prescription for him, I'm going to start doing that. No way I'm going to start doing that, because it's nonsense. Black people do stuff wrong sometimes. And sometimes they get caught. And we need to say it's wrong when they're doing wrong. But something happens in the minds of a whole lot of Americans. Man, not just Americans. It's a worldwide thing. Well, some of us just believe the myth. If a police did it, either it was right or they had a reason why it was okay. And that bothers me. I think it should be addressed. I saw a comment that is not Lincoln Ware's voice. That is my defending black people voice. I know y'all always trying to start trouble. That is my defending black people voice. That's my defending black people voice. Stop trying to cause trouble, y'all. Carolyn says, I think law enforcement should have LoJacks, trackers on their vehicles. I think they should too. But the problem with that is, who gonna monitor them? And this really is a huge problem where I have with policing just in general. I've said it a million times. I'll probably say it a million more. if my brother, the great Nate Livingston, gets in trouble, does something wrong, terribly wrong, and terribly illegal, and y'all find out, and y'all say, well, I think the best way to handle this is there's an accusation here. So let's have his brothers and sisters do the investigation. What? Yeah. Emanuel, you lead the investigation. And then you assign, I don't know, Breenie and Fran as investigators. Assign Nick and Nita as interviewers. Yeah. Assign Nadine as the one to review all of their stuff before they turn it in to you. And then you make the final say, and you determine whether or not Nate actually did wrong. There's a really good chance. Well, I can tell you right now, after our investigation, I can write it out right now and just have it ready. We did a thorough investigation. We interviewed hundreds of people. And after our investigation, we determined that Nate didn't do anything wrong. So we are reinstating him with the full rights and back pay. And maybe even, because of the trouble that he's gone through, we gonna recommend him for a promotion. That's police investigations the way I see them. Told y'all some of them are brainwashed anyway. Some of them are brainwashed anyway. Some of these are the same people who won't give other police officers drunk driving tickets. Don't treat them the same when they're pulled over for drunk driving. I saw a story. It was about a police chief. I don't remember exactly where it was, but a police chief got pulled over. Drunk. Like drunk. Not like, I think I smell a little alcohol. No, drunk. Like, get out the car. Oh, hold on. Let me help you stand up. Whoa, hey, hold on. Hold on. Get back in the car because you are in no condition to stand. Drunk. But see, you put me in a bad position because, my body cam is on and I can't just let you go. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to call I don't remember what they call it, but your union rep so that they can get in touch with your attorney, the union attorney, and represent you. I'm going to call them for you. I'm not going to ask you any questions. And as a matter of fact, the officer kept saying, stop talking. Stop. Don't say another word. I'm recording. Don't say another word. Eventually put him in the back of the car because he didn't have no choice. Called his chief because this was a chief from another neighboring department. I'm not lying to y'all. This happened. Called his chief, and his chief put the other chief in his car and took him home. That's what we dealing with. And we let them investigate one another. Every once in a while, I see them take them down to the station, and they'll even, breathalyze them or whatever. I don't know if that's the appropriate terminology for that, but you know what I mean. So they'll breathalyze them, but they still won't ask them any questions. And they keep telling them, stop talking. What do you think they would do for me if they pulled me over for drunk driving? What do you think they would do? And I start telling them, like, hey, I had 6 drinks here and I had 7. You think they'd be like, stop talking, Emanuel. Stop talking. No, they wouldn't. Uh-oh. I got a book here. Let's see. Brother Livingston, this is Omar. Hey, what's up, Omar? Hey, I heard you talking about boxing link. You're not the only one who want to boxing, but did it just right. But you not talking about boxing, but you know I've been fighting this building. And what? Oh, hold on. Hold on, Omar. I don't mean to laugh because I know your situation is serious. But my neck hurt, whiplash, because you was talking about boxing, and I thought you was gonna say something, and then all of a sudden, and it was about the building inspector, and I was having problems with the way it's typed, and so let me try again, because now I know the swerve is coming. It won't catch me so off guard. Brother Livingston, this is Omar. Hey, I heard you talking about boxing link. You're not the only one you want to boxing, but you did it just right. But you're not talking about boxing. But you know, I've been fighting this building inspector for years. And hold on now, I gotta come off of there so I can read the rest of it. Where am I? Where am I at? I gotta scroll up. Hold on, let me do it. If I do it this way, it's too late. They're not gonna show it. Okay. But you did it just right. But you not talking about boxing. But you know I've been fighting this building inspector for years, and you know that I've been on top of it. And it seems like we finally getting some ears to hear. So I'm running over to that meeting today at North Avondale, I think it is, and North Avondale, I think it is, and get my little 2 cents in for the violation of human rights that been doing in this city for years. It's similar to what they've done in Oklahoma. It's just as bad. We have lost too much wealth here in the city, so I'm trying to make it there tonight. All right. I think I got the gist of what you were saying. There's a meeting, I guess, in North Avondale tonight, and he going there and speak up for the people. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. All right. Angela says, ask him to call in. Yeah, Omar, if you want to call in, you can call this show. You can call this show. 513-717-5464. 513-717-KING. You can call this show. Let's see. Walter says, if you tell the if you tell the police you're not talking like that police officer told the other police officer, that's when the trouble starts. That's a straight up double standard. Daryl says, you reading his comment is giving me a stroke. Come on. Y'all a little harsh. Y'all a little harsh. Homeschool scholar. Y'all harsh. Don't be so harsh. Y'all understood what he was saying. Y'all understood what he was saying. But yeah, no, somebody needs to do something for the safety of the black community against police, and not from shooting, but just from driving recklessly. If we're cracking down, let's really crack down. All right. So that's kind of that. Kanye West. I don't have a whole lot to say about Kanye West because I still ain't really following it because I don't want to, even though I almost don't have a choice, but I don't want to. I don't want to. But here's what I noticed. People don't like Kanye West now. But people ain't not liking, when I say people, I'm talking all of these mainstream media people. These people that you don't normally hear talking about Kanye West. When he wore White Lives Matter. He was their darling. They had him on to explain why were you wearing White Lives Matter. It was funny. It was cute. It was, shocking. And, they figured, oh, black people ain't going to like this. Black people ain't going to like this. They not getting on him for that. They not mad at him about that. What else did he do other than the Jewish thing? It was something else. It was a couple of things that he did. They not mad at him for those. They mad at him for the Jewish thing. That's what Kanye West is getting in trouble for. It's not like, and I'm not even defending what Kanye West did or said. I'm just pointing out the truth. The truth of the matter is, and we've been saying this for years. You can say whatever you want to say about black people. And you can ridicule us, you can troll us, and you can do all of that kind of stuff. But when you start talking about Jewish people, they're not going to let you do that. They're not going to let you do that. And every once in a while, they're going to have to give you that wake-up call. Every once in a while, they're going to have to give you that wake-up call. Even Candace Owens, who, him and her been a team trolling black people for years now. Even she like, hold on. Yes, the designer. His beef with the designer, with, what was it? The Gap or whatever it was. He ain't in no trouble about that. It's the Jewish thing. Even Candace Owens is like, I ain't got nothing to do with that Jewish stuff. Donald Trump, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that Jewish stuff. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Look, there's a few lessons here, but here's one of the lessons. And it has very little to do with, it's just a lesson. Be careful who you align yourself with. I'm going to use the C word. Not that C word, the other C word. There's a few C words, but I'm going to use it in a minute. But hopefully y'all understand how and why I'm using it. You got to understand the level of crazy that you're aligning yourself with, okay? The level of crazy that you're aligning yourself with is important. I'm not even against aligning yourself with crazy. I'm not. I promise you, I'm not against aligning yourself with crazy. Sometimes crazy people will do the job that you can't do. You know what I'm saying? We got them cousins. Everybody, just about everybody got them cousins. If something go down, I can't do nothing. I know what I want to see happen, but I can't do it because of who I am, the position that I hold, or, any number of different things. But I got this cousin that'll handle business for me. He don't give a damn. He crazy. And I need something handled. Handle that for me. Got you, cuz. All of us got that, right? All of us got that. But you got to know the level of crazy of your cousin. If you just want your cousin to scare a dinger, I'm not saying that I would do that, because I genuinely, I wouldn't. But if you just want your cousin to scare a dinger, and then come to find out your cousin shot that dinger, you like, whoa, that was not what I wanted. That was, you got to know the level of crazy in your cousins. I can't send Bub out here and have Bub handle Lincoln, because Bub will shoot Lincoln. And then that'll come back to me. So for this, I just want somebody to scare Lincoln. I can't call Bub. I got to call Peanut. Peanut will scare the shit out of Lincoln. Won't put a hand on him. Bub will shoot and kill Lincoln. And then we'll all be messed up. You know what I'm saying? You got to know the level of crazy. Well, I don't think Candace and Donald Trump and all of them people understood the level of crazy that they were dealing with Kanye. And now they want to back away. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Now you set that in motion. You can't unleash people's crazy and then be mad at them when they crazy take over. You can't do that. You get on a roll. I'm saying this stuff. I'm saying that stuff. You right there by my side. I got on the white shirt with the black letters. You got on the black shirt with the white letters. We standing arm to arm, back to back, dropping hot rocks. You know what I'm saying? We handling our business. White lives matter. Yeah, white lives matter, And you like, yeah, that's right. Tell him, Kanye, white lives matter. Yeah, and I'm coming for y'all Jewish. Whoa, hold on. I didn't sign up for this. I was down with trolling black people, and I don't know where the Jewish thing came from. Here, take the shirt. Here, take that shirt. I don't want that shirt. I don't know what he talking about. I don't know, but you was standing with him. Y'all was dropping hot rocks on people, elbow to elbow, back to back. He went DEFCON 3 on them Jewish people. And you said, hey, what did you forget that this is the dude who said George Bush don't like black people and nobody saw it coming? Did you forget that you can't unleash his crazy? Because his crazy is crazier than you want. He can tame it for a while, but it's a little crazier than you want. And now y'all all want to, that's a bridge too far. He jumped the shark and any other terminology that mean I ain't down with that. But I thought it interesting that he ain't getting in trouble for none of the other crazy stuff that he's saying and doing. None of it. This is all, he's anti-Semitic. He's anti-Semitic. Somebody said, where was it? There was a comment. There was a comment about Veronica. Veronica says, I'm sick of can't nobody talk about the Jews. You can talk about the Jews. Just understand that there's going to be some pushback. It's going to be hella pushback depending on who you are and what you say. And if you cool, like, hey, whatever, I'm cool with it. I could deal with the pushback. I don't give a, F. Y'all know, I don't believe in cussing. I don't believe in cussing. Y'all know that, right? I'm against cussing. Well, sometimes that's the best way to say what it is that you're trying to say. And when it is, I fight so hard to not do it because I'm against it. That's right, George Floyd. That's right, George Floyd family. Slander. But that's not what he's in trouble for. That's not why he's, I'm going to use the term, getting canceled. He's not getting canceled because of what he said about George Floyd. He didn't get canceled when he said slavery, people who stayed in slavery, that was a choice. If you ask me, nobody did. But if you were to, Emanuel, which is worse? Saying, what was it? When I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, or slavery was a choice. If you ask me, which is worse? Which is worse? The slavery comment, no doubt about it. The slavery comment was worse. Because while he said he was going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, what did he actually do and say? I didn't see the infamous interview. Because again, I'm really trying to not follow it. But What did he say? Just saying, I'm coming for you. But that's enough. All the stuff that people say. All the stuff that people say about black people. Nobody get canceled. It's just the what they say, the price of doing business or whatever. Daryl says, it's sad and it pisses me off that we free game and nobody else isn't. But why is that? If we really look at why that is, I know people don't like to talk about, Jews. And look, if I get in trouble for saying Jews, I guess it is what it is. But people don't like to talk about Jews kind of controlling media and being very influential. But I don't think it's just that. I don't think it's just that. And I'm not following it. But somebody who's following it, answer me this question. Legit question. I have a legit question that I want to ask. Have y'all heard any Jewish people come out and say that what Kanye West said ain't that big of a deal? Have y'all heard that? And I'm asking, I don't know. Has that happened? Has a counter group come out of Jewish people and said, maybe we taking this a little too serious? All he said was he gonna go DEFCON 3 on Jews. That ain't that big of a deal, y'all. Maybe we too sensitive. Has anyone heard? I'm like, has that been said? And I'm asking, I don't know. But has that been said? Andre says, I watched the 3.5-hour interview and he came to the conclusion that he was upset that Jews control the media and the people he was partnering with. He also said he was jealous of the Jews and he wished, when y'all write these long ones, I can't get them all in there. Oh, that was it. And he wished. Okay. Shahira says, no. All that I've heard is they're all offended by it because the way he said it was offensive. All right. Oh, Andre finished up. He says, I wish that black people would operate like Jews with knowledge and control. All right. And of course, I'm bringing up the idea that, hold on a second. I got a call coming in, but I need to see if I got everything set up. I'm bringing up the idea because, no, there, ringer there. Because we do hear that when it's black people. We do hear the idea that, hey, we too sensitive. We too sensitive. We hear that all the time. I don't like it. I don't like that sometimes some of us do that. All right. I'm not sure if this is actually going to work, but let's try. Caller? Okay, there is a caller there, but for whatever reason, I am not hearing you, caller. Hold on a second. Caller? Yeah, I'm not hearing the caller. I'm not hearing the caller. I know you're there, but I'm not hearing you. Try it one more time. Caller? Let me try this. Caller? Caller? All right. Something's wrong there. I've been experiencing some technical difficulties, which is a part of what I was doing yesterday, why I didn't get the chance to make it on, is I was trying to get some stuff together, but then I got called away for something else. So y'all just forgive me for that. But yeah, okay, the caller is calling back. Let's see if we can get them on this time. Caller? Caller? All right. It's not happening with the callers. So I'm sorry. I apologize today. It looks like callers, it's not going to happen. Sorry, y'all. But I would love it if, like Andre said, if we stop saying that we too sensitive about stuff. Stop using terms like he's playing the race card and, oh, here, race pimp and all of that kind of stuff. I would love it if we would stop doing that. How about even a small thing is big enough to be offensive? But there's always gonna be somebody black defending somebody white for being offensive. Always. And that's offensive to me. And people are still calling. I'm sorry. Brent's calling. Brent trying to see if it's just him or if it's the callers. But it's not. It's something going on here. I'm gonna have to turn some stuff off in order to make it work. Hold on. Let me do this. I'm sorry, y'all. This is not a professional outfit here. Sometimes I have to do stuff. Sometimes I have to do stuff that, other outfits don't end up having to do. All right, we're going to do that. Let me see. I'm trying to fix this stuff while on air, which is, it very rarely ever works. Okay. Yes. And all right, my sound is going to go away for a moment, y'all. Again, I apologize for this, but this is what we go through sometimes when we're doing our live little things here. All right, working on that there.
We're going to have to really get this stuff hooked up because...
All right, there we go.
Oh, you got me now?
Let me see. I got you now. Hold on. Let me make sure that they can hear you.
Okay, I'm not too savvy, but I'm not afraid.
You're not what?
I'm not afraid.
Oh.
That's what I said. I'm not afraid, because there's people in high positions that refuse to participate themselves, but,
All right. Well, we got you on the line. What's on your mind, Omar?
Oh, man, what you talking about? I'm glad that you're able to wake up the people. And I think we can beat them other people out the box because everybody know what's going on in this city. Scotty Johnson made a statement at the council a couple of weeks ago, and we were down at the People's Platform.
Uh-huh.
And he made a statement, and from what some people that I know, that everybody else knows, that what's been going on in this city, we're losing too much black wealth. The what is it? Gangsterisms that's happening in the city. Oh. For years. Similar to Oklahoma. You read and get some literature on Oklahoma, you understand what's going on in this city now and around this country. And Scotty Johnson, the councilman, made a statement, said if it's true what we were explaining to him, the People Platform, how things that's been operated in the city as far as racketeering, uh, gentrification. I mean, you can go on and on. Scotty Johnson said it's time for someone to go to jail.
Oh.
I don't see why the collaborative is not implemented in every city department. And if over the years, Nate, how about that? Over the years, they have been hiring people in this city in the main positions, black people in main positions, and they always hiring people from out of the city, not in the city, out of the city, that don't even know how to go and get groceries for themselves because they know not what's going on.
No.
And now it's time to wake these folks up. That's been seem like they got a bell over their head for what's been going on in this city. They got a meeting tonight. I'm trying to get there because it's about North Avondale.
Where is the meeting?
I think it's over. I wish somebody would call and tell you it's in North Avondale at the Montessori down there, Mount Montessori School down there in North Avondale. I think. I'm trying. What's her name? I can't think of her name. There's so many things that I want to say.
Is that the meeting? Because I think I heard him talk about a meeting at 6:00. Is that the meeting you're talking about?
Yes, sir. That's the meeting I'm talking about. Matter of fact, I live in North Avondale. You know, I'm a real West Ender. You know, I have property that I've been trying to develop down there for so long. I go down there now. I got all kind of markings on my street, of the front street of my property. And, you know, they've been laughing and talking about why I haven't been able to develop this here, why I haven't been able to do that. Because they shut you down, especially when you're not with the right people. You know, they just the same way we got $71 million. There's so many things that's been happening in this city.
Wait, who?
So many.
Wait a minute. Who got $71 million?
That was the empowerment zone.
Oh,
the
okay.
Empowerment zone. And then I had a friend in Washington that he used to do nothing but sit up in Washington and watch the monies, the grants that comes out of Washington. And he used to call me and told me about the round grant that was coming this way. And Charlie Lucan intercepted it out of the $10 million that came through that grant. Charlie Lucan put $8 million of it in over the Rhine. And see, what you have to do is learn the process of how they shuffle the money, you know, relieving the burden of the city, because the people in the city department in those main positions didn't have a clue of what they were doing. Now they're trying to put that park over Fort Washington Way. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, I think they said that was not going to happen. I thought, they did a study, or some engineer, somebody came out and said that wasn't feasible, although that was what it was designed for that. But didn't somebody come out and say that wasn't and couldn't happen?
Yeah, but I'm just saying they put after putting $10 million in the ground, they put $10 million in the ground since, that's been some time ago. You know, they could have gave that to the homeless people. You know, there's so many little tricks and tramps that they have. The building inspectors, you know, they would oversighting people for their properties and getting overtime money for it. You know, and then...
sorry, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Go ahead. Getting overtime money for it. There's so many things that they've been doing in this city that's illegal. They're racketeering. They're stealing people's property by some different ways that I know exactly how it's happening, because I made a guy resign from his position, and they still brought him back because I couldn't find a lawyer to help assist me
I believe
in
that.
filing a suit against the city. But what we're working with now, we're not stopping. The People's Platform has enough information to really just sink this. And they have a movie that they done with the library. Did you get to see that?
Goodbye, Uncle Tom.
No, listen at you. No. Hey, yeah, that's a good thing for all them young people to see, to actually understand what happened in slave times, because a lot of them don't even understand what's really happening, you know. But
Well,
downtown, and they use Cincinnati as a format, I would call it.
may
But right now we're working on something ourselves similar
Omar,
to that.
Omar,
Yeah.
may I ask you a question? What are you currently doing with your property that you have? What's in the West End, right?
Oh, I'm gonna sell it now. I'm gonna sell it. I'm smart enough to say, hey, I'm 75 years old now. I'm gonna get that money. But then now they're marking. I bet I got 75, 100 people that has been trying to purchase my property. They got a relative association that they all them big time investors, and what they do, they get together and they plot against you to get your property.
Are
I got
you
a
are you
friend.
interested in selling it to black people?
I'm interested in selling it to people that wants to give me the right price, and they've been calling me, I mean, crazy about my property. You know what I tell them? They go to ask me what I want for my property.
Right.
I said, it ain't about what I want, it's what you're able to pay. I want a market value for my property, because I don't want to do anything here.
Well, what
I
is it?
own prop-
What? I don't want to ask, but do you know what market value is for the property?
Yes, I do. The building around the corner for me, similar to my building,
Right.
gutted just like my building. My building is much larger, and then I have more other property than square footage than what he have. And they sold his property. He sold his, but it's a white guy, sold it for $250,000.
So you want roughly $250,000.
Well, I don't know now, because I done found out what has been, why they've been not wanting me to finish developing my property, is because they want to put a hotel around there now. See, and the value of the property goes up. I'm savvy with it, bro. I am real savvy. That's how I got savvy with development.
Well, and I believe you, but I'm asking because I know that there are some real estate investors and just some people who move in the real estate circles and black people who might be interested in purchasing that property.
Yeah, well, all they have to do is find me. You didn't put the word out now. The Superman put me off of the air from coming on talking about it. He come to me when he got that $5,000 that they gave him for the getting people to vote for the stadium way back then.
Yes.
Came to me and asked me, man, what should I do? I said, you better take that $5,000 and be happy. But I always used to tell his wife it was $50,000, but it was only $5,000. And these guys getting paid. Look at the council boys that's in. They've been doing this forever, man. Carl Westmoreland. They just messing over people, man.
Well,
we have to get the feds in here.
Here's what I don't want to happen. Right. This is what I don't want to happen. I don't want you to be like, hey, I'm gonna sell it for market rate, even though I don't, have a number in mind. And then they just keep, like you said, they keep sweating you and they keep sweating you. And then eventually they say, well, we got everything in place. Let's just take it eminent domain. And you end up with a little bit of money instead of getting a decent bit of money. Whereas maybe some black people can get that property and begin to do something with it.
I'm working on something as it is. My son in Birmingham is a developer. My son in Birmingham is a top line architect. You hear what I'm saying? Top
But
line.
but I thought you
We
said you
bid
was
it.
gonna sell it.
Huh?
But you said you was gonna sell it.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell it to somebody. I got a person that I want to sell it to. I didn't turn them other people down.
Are they
Because,
black?
like I
Is the
said,
person black?
Yeah, they ain't nothing but black. I'm
Okay.
black. What you think?
Well, you never
Yeah,
know. Come on, you never know. You know, black
yeah.
people will take it,
And
and you
they
know.
didn't try to. Hey, I had a piece of property on what's that, Pleasant Street in Philly Market. They tore my building down, man. Tore it down, and we went and we bought it from someone that they was pressuring so bad, and then they put an article in the newspaper. I still got all the articles and all of that. That they kicked my ass about that property. Tore my building down to give me a dime, man, because what we had did, we went and put it in a corporation because we knew that corporations, they kind of give a little leeway. But after they put that in the paper, Carl Linder, not Carl Linder, what's his name? Charlie Lukens was, and
That's
his
not what I
cousin owns the property. He wanted to put a ramp in there for an 18-wheeler. And see, it's so much stuff. I knew some agent friends of mine that bought some property, and they just took it. I had that Katie Lamp building because that girl from St. Louis gave my run with it, man. It's so much of this been going on, and most of us don't know nothing about development.
Well, but
telling
what
you.
I'm telling you is that I know some people who do because it's what they do.
Okay, well, call me 338-4904, and I'll get with them, and if I get a good market price for it, I'll sell it right now, and I can go on and go to Africa and do what I want to do.
All right.
Yeah, but we need more of this, the truth coming out, because, see, money won't serve the mind that can't match it. It can
You always say
fulfill
that.
your desires, but it won't give you desires.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what's been happening with us. They gave them preachers $71 million. It was refunded back to the government. Why?
Right.
Because money won't serve the mind that can't match it.
That's why.
They had all that money, and they were scared to give it out, scared to do anything with it. And the only one did do something was Charlie Winburn. He at the last part of the last little time that they had to send that money back, he gave it up to Nordstrom's or one of them little companies, and gave them $3 million to do it. If I'd have got some of that kind of money, look, I'm talking about I would have been monster, bro. But I'm glad to be able to get on the radio.
Hey, let me ask you one quick question, because somebody wanted to know, and I have a few people who send me messages. Why were you banned from the Lincoln Ware Show?
Y'all had to ask Lincoln. He talk a good talk, but he don't practice what's good.
So you don't know why you were banned?
Oh yeah, I know why I was banned.
Can you tell us?
Yeah, because I didn't get mad when I didn't tell him about robbing Mr. Baker for that $1,000. I still got the check. Why you turning your face up? 'Cause I know it's your friend.
No. Hold on. I'm trying to understand. So he banned you because of what?
Because a friend of mine have taken care of his son. Now, get this.
Wait.
Lincoln
Hold on.
Ware's son.
Okay,
That's all you asked me.
No,
dude.
I am.
I'm
just trying to follow. So a friend of yours taking care of Lincoln Ware's son.
Yeah.
Okay.
For years.
For years.
From a one-night stand that Lincoln Ware had with his wife. That's what happened.
Oh.
As bad as him and Candyman fighting down at City Hall about his sister and Jimmy Knuckles fighting about. See, I get all the information. That citywide thing that we were doing with Tillery, I know, man, the same thing with Dr. O'Day Owens. Did you know he was getting $201 million for his nonprofit organization every year? I'm mad because I can't get some of that money. Do you hear me?
I do. I hear you.
Hey, you hear what I'm saying? And then we ain't got to be arguing about no police running up and down the street. Black folks can be doing development if they the right people get that money. Bill Fennell, they got Broadnax. You had Carl Westmoreland. You had so many people. Speedy Maintenance. You see what he going through. Down there. I've been around a long time. I'm 75 years old.
Yes, sir.
Of Mr. McCann's that owned
Now you're just
5 or
saying
6 pieces of property, and
I'm
they
not sure what
just
you're
took
talking
his
about.
property and tore his buildings down. Jake McCann's down there on York Street. He had a torn business, and the ex-policeman had a torn business also, and they put him out of business. But I'm telling you, bro, that's what's happening.
All right.
So I'm gone. I done had me a good time. So
all right.
And Al Sharpton and all them other guys is jiving, man. It's
all right.
Jiving.
All right. You got to answer that phone. Might be important.
I know.
All right.
No, it's a scam. Bye.
All right. All right. That was Omar. I'm not touching the Lincoln thing. I had no idea. Somebody asked, so I asked, and you notice I didn't ask any follow-up questions because I don't want to know. I don't need to know, and that's enough. And him and Lincoln, so that's why he was banned, or at least that's why he say he was banned. I did not know. And, I ain't in throwing out people's personal stuff. I didn't know. So, all right, that's that. He said a whole lot of stuff. I hope, I know he has the property. I hope he sells the property to, hold on, let me ask y'all this. Is it wrong for me to say I hope he sells that property to a black person? To not pass it along as an inheritance, but pass it along as, somebody else can do something with it where you couldn't. And, then maybe some black people, it might not help me personally as a black person, but it might help somebody else as a black person who can then help somebody else as a black person. And I think that's how we come up. Am I wrong for that? Is that racist? Because here's why I ask questions like that. I try to look at it the other way. If it was a white dude and a white talk host, and the white guy was like, "You're gonna sell that property to a white person," and then the white person was like, "I only want to sell it to a white person," and I would be like, "What? Wait, that's some racist-ish. What are they talking about?" So that's why I ask. So I believe in double standards. Just so y'all know, I believe in double standards. Is that a double standard? Sure. Sure it is. I don't have a problem with it, though. Because one is for the uplifting of a people who've been held down in this society forever. And the other is to continue to hold those people down. So that's why I see it as different, but I understand it is. Some people will see it as a double standard. If I were testifying before Congress and they were asking, I'm only saying this because I saw the little, every once in a while it scrolls through my timeline where Matt Gaetz was talking to Al Sharpton, bringing up all of these old things that he said. And I'm like, if they called me on the carpet, if I was testifying before Congress and they called me on the carpet and said, "Yeah, but remember you were talking to that real estate developer and you told him he's black and so he should sell the property to somebody black. You don't think that was bigoted?" Then I would be like, nah, that ain't bigoted. That's smart. I don't know how it would play out, but that's what I would tell them. But I don't know. Just thinking about it. Didn't talk about the guy whose name I don't know. I saw it, read a story about it. I don't remember Jermaine, the coach who got shot. The coach who got shot, I don't know him personally. But that's terrible. That's terrible. Do I know if there's anything? Of course I don't know what happened. I don't have any details that nobody else has. I know it's horrible. I wouldn't imagine as a kid wanting to see that. Of course, I wouldn't imagine wanting to be shot. I wouldn't imagine wanting to be shot, of course. Now, here's not to make any excuses for anyone, because I'm not going to, but I will say we don't know the situation. We don't know the situation. Not that there is a situation where it's okay to go gun somebody down right after a youth football practice in front of the youth. But we don't have all the details of what happened. So I'll say it's a horrible situation for his family. Y'all know me. I feel bad when people die, just natural causes. I feel bad about that, especially for their families, because people are going to miss people. But especially when it's something like this, surprise deaths hit people harder than people who have an opportunity to kind of prepare for a thing. Like, oh, he's been sick for 10 years. He's been fighting this disease and so on and so forth. I'm not saying those are good either, but it gives you an opportunity to at least prepare. But to just be like, oh, he went to, football practice and, get the call like, yeah, he's dead. And you're like, no, this seemed like a dream. I'm going to wake up in a minute. So, yeah. I still don't blame guns. Which I know a lot of people like to go to. I don't blame guns. And I know I keep saying it. We keep saying it. But how can we go about doing it? How can we go about getting people in anger management and I'm drawing a blank now. This is a coronavirus thing. Where you have a dispute with somebody and you figure out how to work it out. What is that called? I don't know. I just can't. I can't think of it. Some of this ain't coronavirus. Some of this is just I'm getting old. But not mediation. Conflict resolution. Thank you, Timothy. Just get people to learn. Maybe that's something that we should just teach in school. I would be cool with that. I got a call coming in. Caller.
Nah, everybody's mad because they can't take the truth.
Huh, Omar?
Yeah.
You just calling back?
Yeah, I got something I want you to hear. Go ahead and let me find it. I want you to hear this.
All right, call me back when you find it.
Okay, I'll call you right back when I find it.
All right. He got something he want me to hear. I don't know what it is, but I'll give him a shot to play it for me. But yeah, I would be okay if they taught conflict resolution, if they had some sort of a mental health classes in school and taught anger management and taught conflict resolution. Heck, start as early as preschool and just have that as a class. I would be all right with that. Maybe it won't take with everybody. And then I don't know exactly how it works because I've never taken any conflict resolution classes. But I think it's time for us to do something. Instead of just saying, parents aren't going to take their kids, some of these parents aren't going to take their kids to counseling to learn conflict resolution. Not going to happen. The parents that's sending Peanut outside to fight is probably not the parents that's going to say, you know what, we need to find a better way to resolve conflicts than resorting to violence. Now you better go out there and beat his ass, and if you don't beat his ass, I'm gonna beat your ass. That's what my mama said. I understand that, but things is getting crazy now. Things are getting crazy now. We got to move past that. We got to move past that. And the only way to get people is, I think, since we require an education anyway, we got schools, conflict resolution in school, taught as a not an elective, but as something that you have to take. I don't know why. Again, that's I can't think of the word. What is it when it's not an elective? It's just a class that you're a requirement. That's what it's called. As a requirement. Uh-oh. Here he is back. Here he is back. Omar.
Yeah.
All right. Now, hold on. Before you play whatever it is that you have to play for me, this does not have anything to do with like Lincoln or anything like that.
Oh no, I'm through with that.
All right.
You know that. Yeah, I'm through with that. I don't look.
No, you through with it.
To me, talked all that stuff about my property before.
No, you through with it. So we gonna move on. But what is it that you got to play?
Okay, here it is.
Hi, this is for Omar Childress. My name is Dallas, calling from USA Homebuyers. I was giving you a call about a property at 462 Whiteman Street in Cincinnati, Ohio. I just want to talk to you a little bit about the property, see if it was something we'd be interested in taking off your hands. If you can give me a call whenever you get a chance. My direct line is going to be 804-979-3003. Once again, 804-979-3003. Thanks.
Yeah. I just want you to hear that to let you know that I've been turning people down because I've been trying to put a documentary together about this property.
Okay.
And I could have been sold the property.
Well, yeah. And, I'm not. Okay. All right. I appreciate you letting us know.
Okay, but hey, bro.
Yes, sir.
We got some real serious problems. Most individuals are still in slavery. Listen to this. Listen to this.
To replay, press 1. To delete. Oh, yes, this is the Council on Aging returning your call.
No, that ain't it.
Call back.
I mean, but we got serious problems. A lot of us are still in slavery.
And a brand new 2022 Mercedes-Benz, and also a $10,000 weekly payout for life. For further information, please contact Mr. Dave Sayer or Todd Sloan at the Publishers Clearinghouse headquarters. Our contact numbers are 1-315-220-3974 or 1-516-597-3628. Thank you. For clarity and assurance, please keep your prize information strictly confidential until you speak to your claim agent at the PCH headquarters. To speak with your claim agent, press number 1. Confidential until you speak to your claim agent at the PCH headquarters.
Publishers Clearinghouse.
To speak with your claim message saved.
See, and they play a lot of games, bro.
Hi, this is
What?
And you got to be strong enough to play the same game they playing.
What? Okay. I mean, but that was just the Publishers Clearinghouse people.
Yeah, but
That's what they do.
I know that's what they do.
Yeah,
But you can't keep falling for the okie doke.
yeah, don't fall for those scams.
And that's what I'm saying.
All right.
It's a lot of people that's still tied in that system that really screwed over me. You know, some of them guys that works in them special places that's been getting that money the same way that them council people that went to jail. I don't understand where are the people that they they broke they committed the crime with. Where are those individuals? You know what I'm saying?
I do.
If
I
where are
got
those people? They did that on their own, and you know, and they've been doing it for years. And it's time, like Scotty said, it's time for them to start going to jail.
okay. Well, thank you for your call, sir.
Yeah, and that boy that used to call out of Texas, what was his name? That got banned off of the thing.
Oh, you're talking about Lawrence.
What's his name?
Lawrence.
Warren. And
Lawrence.
see, anytime that you got something up over their head, then they run like cats and dogs. You know, you just kick them in the butt and kick them out the way.
Well.
But we got some serious problems in this city, man. And it ain't about the white folks. It's more about us sticking together.
All right.
So.
All right.
All right.
I appreciate your call. All right. It was Publishers Clearinghouse. It's not even real Publishers Clearinghouse. There are people who do scams all the time. All the time. Scammers just like crazy. Look, if you got nothing better to do, not you, Omar, you delete that message. There's no reason to keep that message. Delete that message. But if you got nothing better to do, I take time and talk to them. And then I call them back every once in a while when I'm bored. You know what I'm saying? Those scams actually do still exist. Yes. So, yeah. I got a long lost uncle in Kenya who's a prince. And he gonna hook me up. He gonna hook me up. All I had to do is put $100,000 in a bank account. And he gonna send me some more money to put into the bank account. And then I give him the bank account number. Oh, boy. Don't fall for them. Don't fall for them. Don't deposit the fake check. Don't give people access to your account. Don't buy no subscriptions. Unless Steve Harvey is standing at your door with a big giant fake check and some women with flowers and balloons. Don't trust it. And then don't trust it then. I think Steve Harvey is sketchy. Let me go back to the phone. Key!
Hey, what's going on, Emanuel? How are you?
I'm good. And you?
I'm cracking up at you. Mr. Omar, oh, he got somebody to talk to now. He can get in and chit-chat and say what he want to say. That's why he keep calling you. You know, because he can't get in on the other show, so he found you, Emanuel.
No, he
so
want...
Now he can get in and talk and tell you what's going on.
He got information. You just...
I
don't want to be disrespectful.
And then the message was in the background as y'all was talking.
Yeah,
I know.
I don't know that he knew how to shut it off.
I know, because he found you, Emanuel. he can get it. He can get it out. He ain't got to disguise his voice and change his name. He found you, so he can get everything out he wanted to say on the morning show. He can get it out on your show now because he found you, Emanuel. All right.
You're lucky.
Like, comment, subscribe, and find Emanuel. That's what we do up in here, Emanuel.
Hey, I'm here for him. I'm here for him. And you
know,
gotta dig through it to get to the nugget of truth and wisdom, but it's there.
Yeah. So I was just calling to say, hey, let's see what's going on with you, and just supporting. Everybody support YouTube. That's where I watch you on. So comment, like, subscribe, get those numbers up, get those subscribers up. Hey, everybody on Facebook. That's all.
All right. Hey, Key,
That's just trying to
I
support. That's it.
appreciate you
Oh
and
no,
your
wait. I
support.
did want something real quick.
Okay.
Okay. Did you see the story? They showed it briefly on the news about the judge that got. Did she get suspended? It was a black judge. They showed it real quick, and it said because she was in there with a tank top on and some biker shorts or something.
I
You see
did
that
not see
story?
that.
Yeah, look it up real quick, or whenever you got time. It was a black judge. I don't even remember where was it, what county it was, if it was here or not. But they said she either got suspended or she got something happened to her because she was in there with a tank top and biker shorts on or something. I'm like, what is this story? But like I said, they showed it real quick, and I haven't seen it since they showed it yesterday. But that's all. That's the other thing I was calling about.
All right.
All right, you enjoy the rest of your day.
You do the same, Key.
Okay, bye.
All right. That's Key. Oh, I have to take this. Raquel Howard Smith. Vote for her. If you hear you in Hamilton County, vote for her. And I'm not thinking about her in no tank top and biker shorts. She just said a judge. And I was thinking about her because I know, well, I can't say I know her. Like, we ain't never hung out. You know what I'm saying? I've met her a few times. I've heard her talk a few times. And I know a number of people who know her. And she's a good, solid sister. She's a good, solid sister. And vote for her. And if she wins, which I really hope she wins, if she wins, y'all, we got to look out for her. Don't let her get done like they did Judge Hunter. Don't let them do nothing to her. Like I know a lot of y'all still think, well, she was crazy and she did this and she gave information to her brother and all of that kind of stuff. And y'all all thinking that's why they had it in for her. Which don't explain why when she won the election, they didn't even want to install her as the judge and she had to sue. And then they appointed Judge Williams so that he would be the I can't remember. These terms are escaping me. But so that I'm going to say the head judge, the presiding judge. I want y'all to really think about this. Number one, vote for her. Vote for her. And y'all know I'm not one. I don't run around here endorsing people. I don't do that. But I'm telling you, I have talked to her, but not at any great length. But I've heard her. I've known of her enough. I would love to be able to say she's a good friend of mine and but she's not. But I've been in circles where she was in, and she's a bright, good quality, good heart, just overall good person, and she's really intelligent. She knows what she's talking about. She got a heart for the people and the community and the law. But just if we put her in there, Myosa says, who are you talking about? Raquel Howard Smith. I believe it's Raquel. I've always known her as Ricky. Like Ricky Lake. Not that she's like Ricky Lake, but, Ricky. But I guess she's, using the whole government name. Raquel Howard Smith. Vote for her. Take my word for it. Again, I don't do this normally, but take my word for it. Vote for her. She'll be good. She'll be good. And then keep an eye on her, and we got to protect her, not allow these things, the things that happened to Judge Hunter, to happen to her. There ain't nothing crazy about Judge Tracy Hunter. They've spread propaganda. She is smarter than most. She is. I don't, if it sounded like I was saying she is, no, I'm saying I know that a lot of people, because they did a good job. They did a good job of smearing her. And so there are people, black people, who still will, well, you know, she crazy. Black people. Well, you know, she did get that information to her brother. Jackson, well, what did she give him? You know, they said she gave him information. Well, what did she give him? What did she give him? You don't know what she gave him because they don't know what she gave him because nobody knows. But, you know, they still fall for that. So, yeah. But, yeah, we got to protect her. Vote her in and protect her. And watch the people who, if she comes up against something, she's, watch the people who we put in place. So I'm going to take a little shot at somebody, but I'm not going to say their name. So it's not going to be a shot. But there were people advocating for Judge Hunter in a position that they should not have been in because they didn't know what the hell they was doing. They didn't know what they were doing. Their heart was their heart was kind of in the right place. But they didn't know what they was doing. They down there negotiating stuff. And they was just they got duped and tricked. They got duped and tricked. Like they was doing one thing and they over there negotiating, she needs some new furniture. Which, I mean, okay, that's fine. But there were other issues when you were worried about whether or not she had new furniture. And then they told you, well, we're going to get her some new furniture. And then you go to the community and tell everybody, hey, everything is fine now because she's getting new furniture. Well, what about all the other stuff they trying to do to her? But you calmed the community down and, kind of allowed them to distract the community kind of by proxy because they distracted you and people were trusting you to look out for her because you said you were. I'm telling y'all something that I know for a fact that actually happened. Judge Hunter was going through some issues early on. And people went to advocate on her behalf. And they got tricked. And I still to this day blame them for some of the stuff that happened to her. Because the community was understanding that we had to rally around her to protect her. And then there were individuals. I'm sounding like G now. Individuals. There were individuals who initially. There were individuals who went down and then came back to the community and said, hey, y'all, everything is fine. I know y'all was worried about her. But we talked to them. We made some demands and they met our demands. Everything is fine. And when they did that, I told them they were wrong for doing it then. And then when everything came back and they were, I don't know how this happened to her. And I'm like, because of you. Remember, I told you not to be telling the community to stop paying attention, but that's what you did over and over and over. They know who they are. And I told them that straight today. Well, you saying that I was at fault? I'm absolutely saying that you were partially at fault. You calmed the community down. You told them, don't worry about it. We took care of it. You had no business doing that. You were wrong. Yeah, I told them. They didn't like it. Called me some names. But it's true. It's true. So, yeah. We can't allow that to happen if we elect Raquel Howard Smith. We can't allow that to happen again. We got to be vigilant. And we got to protect her. Got to be vigilant and we got to protect her. And I believe she knows enough I don't like saying it like that because that sounds like Judge Hunter didn't know enough. But Judge Hunter did know enough. But, when people coming at you and then people want to help you, you don't say to people, don't help me. So I guess some of that was on us. And y'all can still support Judge Hunter, by the way. I don't have her Cash App or anything right now, but it might sound crazy to you, but you can still support her. Because she's still going through this whole thing. All right, enough about that. Vote. Well, I said enough about that, but I'm going to say it one more time. Vote for Raquel Howard Smith. Vote for her. She'll do a good job. But yeah, no, I was saying that instead of just talking about it, maybe we should talk to Cincinnati Public Schools and any other school districts around and say, hey, let's TC talking about she called in at 5:30. All right, 5:30. Let's make it so that our young people are getting anger management and conflict resolution and other things. And I saw Wyatt, where Wyatt says, look, conflict resolution comes from the home. And I agree. But at the same time, it's definitely not going to wipe out violence. But maybe it's another option, another voice in your head when conflict comes up. And I'm not saying that your mama's voice ain't going to overrule the counselor's voice. Somebody push you. Your mama voice saying, if somebody put their hands on you, you knock them the F out. Yeah, that's going to be there. But maybe the counselor saying, I don't know what they say during conflict resolution classes, but there are other ways to handle things other than violence. Maybe that'll be there too. And if it keeps being repeated in the first grade, in the second grade, in the third grade, in the fourth grade, y'all can count so I don't have to keep going through the 12th grade. Maybe it gets louder and stronger. And as you develop your morals and values, that's in there to play a factor. And for some kids, it might be the deciding factor. It might really change things for them. And they might be like, mama said knock you out, but Dr. Chantel said to walk away and then to come back later and to have a conversation with you. So I'm trying to walk away and come back later and have a conversation with you. Because don't tell my mama that I did that. I think it's a thing that should be mandatory. Mandatory. It's time to stop saying we need conflict resolution classes. We need to learn how to deal. We do, but how do we institute that without doing it through the schools? That's the only way that I can think of. Unless somebody else got a different idea. Anybody want to work to maybe communicate with Cincinnati Public Schools and put that idea out there? I haven't been to a CPS school board meeting in a minute. Maybe I'll go to a CPS school board meeting. I need to look them up and see when they are, and even if they're back open, because I know coronavirus and some places haven't even went back to having in-person meetings and all of that kind of stuff. So maybe I'll look it up, and maybe it's just something I'll call a few of the school board members and maybe just throw that out there to them. But maybe I'll show up at a school board meeting, and I know a few other people who might be able to get the ball rolling on something. Whether or not it ever happened, it don't hurt to try. It don't hurt to try. And if more people are reaching out to them saying, we need this in our city and in our community, we need this in our city and in our community, then maybe they start looking at it and say, well, how could we implement that? How could we implement that? I'm going to even call Dr. Chantel Thomas. I've been wanting to get her on the show anyway. It's been a minute since she's been on the show. To ask her, if there's a way to implement kind of what she does and conflict resolution and anger management into school curriculum. But I really do think it's something that we really need. Again, it ain't gonna stop. You 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and you out here shooting people, you ain't in school no more. And a part of me, which I don't really want to, but a part of me, you just say, we got to give up on certain people, which I know some of y'all like, no, man, you don't give up on anybody. Okay. But I'm like, I don't know how to help them. I don't know how to help them. But if we started now, and if it was in the first grade, 12 years from now, I don't know, maybe things look different. Maybe things look different. 5 years from now, maybe things look different. For the younger people. Maybe. Just something to think about. All right, y'all. I got to get ready to get out of here. Get out of here. I'm sorry. I'm reading a comment while I'm talking. Sounds harsh, but I gave up on a lot of people. Yeah. Janice says, you're right. The teachers may be able to more clearly explain. Yeah. Sierra says it should be included in health classes. Yeah. Brent says you can't help everyone, but maybe there is someone that could reach that person. Yeah. All right. I got to get ready to get out of here. Janice says, Janice, you always frustrate me because you say stuff and then I had to talk about it. Janice says, I don't even like the policy where both children are suspended after a fight. It makes me feel that there was no investigation and therefore unable to correct or remedy the situation. I always had a problem with that. One of my children, hold on, I'm going to come back to that. I was riding down the street, I want to say it was this morning, and I was thinking about a conversation that we were having earlier in the week and where I was sharing about the guy from The Wiz getting arrested and being fired. And it dawned on me. I said, I don't have a whole lot of, like really weird out there experiences. So there are certain things that I can't talk about with any sort of authority. Like, I know I've experienced that. But I find that a lot of things I have experienced. A lot of things either I've experienced or I know someone, close to me who has experienced it. And I'll be talking to people about stuff. This happened to me. How did you feel about that? Well, tell me the details. When I'm not on the air, I'm all up in people's business. I want to know what happened. I want to know the backstory. I want to know how you felt. I want to know how you dealt with it. I want to know how you move forward. I want to know, what did they say? What did they do? Where do they stand right now? All of that kind of stuff. I try to get deep into it. I stand up in it. But I was just thinking, I bet if people watching, they like, this Ian always got a story about something. He done experienced everything. He done know somebody who got fired. He knows somebody who got shot. He knows somebody who this. He always, I know this and I experienced that. But there's a whole lot that I don't know. So if I don't say, well, I've experienced that, I don't know. I haven't experienced it. And I don't know nobody who have. But back to what I was saying. One of my children got suspended for getting in a fight that they didn't start. At least according to them, they didn't start. And of course, I believe them. And I was so bothered by it. And I went to the school and I'm talking to the people, and they led me to believe that they understood that my child didn't start anything. My child was defending themselves. But their policy was, if a fight happens, both parties get suspended. I've always hated that ever since I've known it to be a policy. Hate that. Especially if you know this person didn't start it and they were defending themselves. Why are you suspending them? You shouldn't get in trouble for defending yourself. I always hated that policy, Janice. Always. All right, y'all. I got to get ready to get out of here. Don't forget Wyatt Live coming on at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, I'm even getting out of here like a minute or two early, giving you a chance to, gather your stuff if you're at work. Hurry up and get out, get to the car, get you a drink of water, whatever you're going to do, and relax and listen to Wyatt, all right? Wyatt Live, check him out. I guess that's about it. It's been the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. My title is the King of Talk. And until next time, I hope something amazing happens in your life today. Life-changing. All right? Until next time, it's been the afternoon experiment. I'm out, y'all. Peace.